The underwater world is just a very peaceful place. It's completely different than being up in the busy people world. Being down there, you just naturally relax and you're able to just look at things that you don't normally see and hang out with creatures that you don't normally hang out with. I've swam with a bunch of sharks and it's a completely different experience. I'm Lieutenant Shari Yurick. I work for SubPac Safety. I'm the Deputy Director of Submarine Safety. I graduated high school in 2010. I went to a couple years of college, and then I decided to join the Navy. After those couple years of college, I enlisted, signed my contract October of 2011, and went to boot camp July of 2012. I was going to school for firefighting. I finished my firefighting school when I was 19. Most fire departments don't hire till you're 21. And so I was like, well, what's going to go on my resume and what's going to make me more hireable in the future? And I decided to join the military. And so I went to the recruiter's office. I talked to the Air Force, talked to the Navy, talked to the Marines. Navy offered me the best job and a guaranteed job. So I said, okay, sounds good. I enlisted as a nuclear mechanic, and well, here I am 11 years later. It's a hard decision to make. It's a definite commitment, but the Navy has treated me well so far. I went from being a junior enlisted nuclear mechanic that didn't know what she was doing and kind of lost in life to a pretty successful lieutenant on a submarine, and I think the Navy is 100% what you make it. If you take all the opportunities you're given, you're going to end up with some very marketable skills at the end, or you're going to end up staying in for a career, which is kind of the direction that I've decided to head in. The commissioning program that I chose to go through it's pretty competitive. I think that's the biggest hurdle with it. I think the hardest part is getting a good package together, getting letters of recommendation, getting people to say, I really think this person would succeed as an officer. 100%, I don't regret joining the submarine community at any point in my life. Submarines have given me some of the best friends I've ever met. We formed a really tight, close-knit family on my crew, and there are some very difficult times. There are some things that are very hard about the job, but having people to lean on a submarine, it's something you go through these unique experiences together, and you build so much as a person and as a crew and as a Navy. Everywhere that I've been stationed, I have found something to fill my time, some sort of hobby. There are different hobbies everywhere I go. When I was in South Carolina, I was motorcycle riding a lot and doing a lot of Spartan racing. When I was in Utah, I was doing a lot of snowboarding and Spartan racing. And then out in Hawaii, I started surfing and scuba diving. So you're definitely going to find things to do and different passions everywhere you go. And I think that's part of why the Navy is so cool, is because I've been in so many different places that I've found different ways to entertain my time and found different hobbies and passions along the way. And without moving around as much as I have, I don't think I would have gotten into all of those different types of hobbies. Being here, stationed in Hawaii, was an optimal place to get scuba dive certified. I never would have been here, never would have lived here if it wasn't for the Navy. Also, it's one of the most beautiful places to dive. I'm also using my GI Bill that I got through the Navy to get through scuba dive instructor. So basically, the Navy's paying for my scuba diving right now, which is pretty amazing and a great experience. So the Navy has definitely afforded me a better opportunity to be by the ocean and be by all of those creatures that I love and get to a really comfortable place with diving and go through certifications so that I can instruct other people on how to dive and teach other people about the world that I love. Most of our Earth is covered in water. 70% of the Earth is covered in water, and I had only been under it in a submarine that, as many people know, doesn't have any windows. So I wanted to see all the fun creatures, and so I decided to go get dive certified, and it was a blast.